Module 3 Lesson 4 Technology Collaborative Tools in the Digital World.
Lesson outcomes: identified and explored collaborative tools or applications that can be integrated in instruction. Number 2. Build a platform or an online account that can be used for a collaborative work. The learners of this generation are a new kind of breed, and it is important that teachers understand how to deal with them. They seem to thrive in collaborative learning. They like to connect to the social networking sites. Creating and producing something are what they prefer to do rather than become consumers of information inside the classroom. They like to be mobile, either physically or virtually, as they traverse from point to point or site to site. Apparently, they seem to be investing a huge amount of their time in a digital social environment, although they can be more self-directed in choosing what they want to learn, how they want to learn, and when they want to learn. Technology as a collaborative tool. One way to engage students is to give them a challenge and a chance to work together. An example is when you give them an issue to discuss, which they can continue talking about even if they are outside of the class. Students may continue the discussion and share information or come up with an agreement by texting, emailing, chatting, or using the online document. Once they have agreed, they can move to the next step of presenting their agreements or solutions to the whole class. Normally, in a regular classroom, teachers may have discouraged students from conversing with classmates during individual work, but sometimes there are positive things that can come out of it. As students talk about the task assigned to them or as they work themselves of a complicated task. There are a lot of available tools and applications that can be used to work collaboratively with others. Some of these are Skype, wikis, blog, Google Form, web conferencing, real-time board, among others. You need to explore each application to be familiar with the features.
Skype is an IP telephony service provider that offers free calling between subscribers and low-cost calling to people who don't use the service. In addition to standard telephone calls, Skype enables file transfers, texting, video chat, and video conferencing. It means that Skype is an application for instant messaging, voice calls, and video chats. It allows users from any region or part of the world to connect and communicate with one another. If you have a family, relatives, or friends in abroad, you can easily communicate with them by using Skype. Wiki is a software that allows you to create a page or a selection of pages designed to allow you to post or write, edit, or upload a link quickly. This is good when students need to work together to complete a task, even if they are not physically together.
Thank you, Ms. BOLIGAO. Now let's go on to the next one, which is blogging. So what is blogging? It is journaling your ideas to which others can react, allowing a thread of discussion to take place and which can be used online. So it is a record of ideas for others to reply to and create discussion threads. Because blogs are often interactive and include sections at the bottom of individual blog posts where readers can leave comments and reply to. It is the abbreviation of weblog, so a blog is short for weblog. It would help if you provide direction when using a weblog, so it would be helpful if you could provide some guidance on using weblogs. Use weblog with a clear instructional objective. So we should use a weblog that has a clear educational purpose. It is an opportunity to explore the skill of communicating ideas. So it's also an opportunity to explore our ability to communicate ideas. Like in writing class, you can guide students on how to design the whole blog or upload materials and support students in developing critical communication. So as with writing classes, you can guide students in designing entire blogs and uploading materials to help students develop critical communication skills. Guidance on what and how to post will be needed. So, as I've said earlier, it is very helpful if you give guidance on using the web blog because guidance is really needed so the students will know what and how to post. Teach the students that the blogging is for educational purposes and is different from a personal blog. So we have different types of blogs, right? Like business corporate blogs, personal blogs, lifestyle blogs, fashion blogs, travel blogs, food blogs, and so on. But in this case, you should teach your students that the blog is for educational purposes only and different from those types of blogs. Proper or formal language variety should be used. So since this is only for educational purposes, of course, we should use proper or formal languages. A writing prompt would help to guide your students' post. So the purpose of a writing prompt is to encourage the students' interest in that topic and encourage them to write about it in a thoughtful and creative way so that it's easy for them to understand the topic better. Now let's go on to letter C. With easy access to information, a major obligation is to teach the students to use multiple sources and to cite them appropriately. So students should be taught to use multiple sources and to cite them correctly so that it's easier for them to access information. And now let's proceed to letter D. Writing about your ideas is a personal act, but it is important that you are taught to make blogs personal without revealing too much of personal information. So when writing about your ideas, it is a personal act, right? But we should learn to make our blog personal by not providing overly personal information such as contact information or overly personal photos. When blogging, you can write your impressions, your ideas, but protecting your safety is still an important consideration. Now lastly, letter E. It may help if you can look for very good examples of blogs. There are online and print publications that review blogs and you can use the information to guide you toward getting good models. So it would be helpful if you could search for some very good blog examples and you can use the information to guide you. Now let's proceed to our last topic, which is the Google Group or Google Form. So Google Group or Google Form is an application that can be used in a collaborative documentation of ideas contributed by members of the team. So we're already familiar with what's Google Group or Google Forms, right? So it lets you hold discussions with people over the web or email. We usually use this when filling out forms, online surveys, taking quizzes, evaluations, and so on. Having a Google account will come very handy and you can easily have access to a variety of applications. So a Google account is very convenient and it provides easy access to various applications, especially for us students and educators. And this brings us to the end of our report. We sincerely appreciate you giving us time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.